Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee. If you're new here, karibu. If you're not, thank you so much for coming back again. So today I'll be showing you how to install temporary locks on relaxed hair. So she's a first-time client, and as you can see, her hair is not fully processed, but this is washed hair treated. So I'll go in with my moisturizing lotion by ORS. And what I'm doing, I love this one because it's very moisturizing. However, the downside, I tend to find that it has mineral oil. Well, it's not the best for us people with black hair, but anyway, since she has relaxed hair, we need to seal in the moisture. So mineral oil will just work, petrolatum will work just as fine. So but anyway, if I had an option, I would have used something without it. So I am going through sections, applying it to make sure the hair is saturated, and I am going through as I finger detangle just with my hands, as you can see. And now I am going in with my leave-in conditioner by Vatica. They're the same brand actually, just under different names or something. What I love about this one is that every ingredient is just okay, and it has oil. It has the oil and moisture water balance, so it makes everything perfect. So yes, I'm going in with the leave-in, doing what I'm doing, that is finger detangling. And then I will go in with my blow dry to dry the hair. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. We have juicy content here, everything you need to know, and everything about being an informed consumer and growing your hair as an informed consumer, knowing the whys and whats and when and why, all of those ones. So if you watch my previous video, I used the molding wax, the blue one, but this time I discovered a better one. It's Posat, the molding wax for braiding. However, the downside I would say to this is that I don't know, it comes and then it goes out of market, so the next time you have to look so much for it. But it's a really good one. What I love about it is that it has essential oil, so it can be very beneficial to the scalp. Also, the other molding wax also has essential oils. It has, I think, tea tree, so it's still okay. So basically, why we use this molding wax is basically to just have that sleek finish, especially when it comes to the parting and all that. So how I'll be installing these temporary locks on relaxed hair is a bit different from how I install them on natural hair. However, really, if you've watched my previous video on how to install them on natural hair, there's a method I was using, which personally I would say currently I have stopped using that, because I used to find that most of the time you'll find at the root, the base, it tends to look, I don't know how to explain it, it's like chunky or something, and I didn't like that effect. So I personally prefer now, and most of the time actually some would come out, not all. I'm not saying that this method will mean they would come out. Of course they will, some, depending on how the client manipulates their hair, how often and all that, and also how sleepy or how soft or fine the hair is, because I tend to find on fine hair the locks tend to come out, especially after the first installation without retouch, but the next time they're coming for a retouch, they have quite a number. So this time I am parting box, but then I'm going again and parting the box into halves, that is now triangular. Basically there is no reason, really any beneficial reason, I just like it because of the style. As you will see the end, I actually saw someone who did it. I was like, what a creative way. So you be creative, you don't have to use this parting method, you can use whichever. So what I'm doing is I am applying some molding wax for just some slickiness. Then I am inserting the hook, latching the hair and pulling through. Let's take that again. So insert the hook, latch and pull through. Different direction, insert, latch and pull through. Basically that's just the whole concept. My advice would be, especially on the nape, around the nape of the head, basically nape, I mean all round, especially on the edges, you do not part small sizes. Why? It's because the hair there tends to be sparse and most of the time thinner, and you, especially since the client will be staying with this for a long time, that will be tension on one place for a long time, so you have very high chances of breakage. And when you're installing this style, I think it should be common sense, or rather I think it's just wise to consider also the day you'll be undoing them, because you need to make sure things are easier. You don't want someone to grow, of course you grow half an inch every month, you don't want someone to grow hair and then by the time you're undoing them they have a lot of breakage that doesn't match the hair growth, you get. Yeah, so basically if you've noticed something different with this one is that I am when I finish, you know, inserting and crocheting the base, I twist the hair. So I'll show you how this one will work. So I personally prefer working in sections, so I'm gonna just part sections. I part into 3, behind, middle and front. So I think I might do this off camera just to save on time. Yes, so this is how I part it. So I part 3 times. It's basically like almost the sister lock, you know, kind of method. Basically this, why I prefer doing that is of course working faster, and also I think it kind of helps me know, you know, how to part better, because the back and the front side I wouldn't do very small, and also because these are the most of the time they will be holding their hair up or, you know, behind or something. So you want also to make sure, I'm not saying that the middle shouldn't be neater, but you know, these are the, I would say, the main focus per se. The tip is forever, do not install small sizes. You're going to have a serious time when you want to undo them, especially if the client is going to stay with them for more than 5 months. You will seriously have a big problem. And I'm also not saying you do, you know, chunky sizes, depending, but it depends. It should be relevant to the size of the lock. So I'm still doing, if you've not gotten it, inserting the hook, latching and pulling through. Insert, latch and pull through. If you have not hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Come on, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that every time we upload a video, you are notified. Now, the other question I get a lot is, how long can I stay with this style? As long as it's not past 11 months. Now, the benefits of staying with it, of course, shorter, as long as you're taking care of it, is that when it comes to undoing them, it becomes easier and you have less breakage. Yes, so according to her, she intends to stay with them for at least 6 months. So yeah, so this is the part where we go in with the locks. The locks, I stopped doing the kinky ones. These ones are distress locks. Now what I love about the distress ones is that they are more porous, and that makes them bouncier and softer. So as it ages, it does not become hard. And now the best part is that I've noticed with the other locks, the kinky ones, they tend to absorb smell as they, you know, age. So these ones, they do not, and they maintain that softness, because remember how we'll be retouching them is by interlocking the same way we are locking. So sometimes you can find when it's so hard, it kind of like, it's a bit, you know, abrasive to the scalp, but it's good. So these ones are the ones. So this is how I am installing them. I'm gonna bring you guys a bit closer. Yes, so I'm twisting them. Basically, that's the whole point. I am twisting them. So I am taking the lock, I insert through the hook, and now I grasp the hair. Then I insert the crochet beneath the lock. Then now I start trapping. I don't know how to explain, so just watch. So remember, it's very different from the other one. and even if you notice, I'm pulling through completely. Now if you want to really get what exactly I mean, I would prefer you go watch the previous video so that you get exactly why this one is different. So basically I'm now pulling the hair through the lock. Now if a client has long hair, I would not advise pulling the hair throughout the lock because the locks are long. Why? It's because you also want to have an easy tie when you're undoing. So hopefully as we go on, you'll be able to get the whole point. So insert the crochet, pull through. You're kind of like making a loop, a double. It's like you're folding. Then now start inserting the hair different directions on the lock. Make sure the ends are also inside, and basically that's what I'm doing. So I'll just allow you guys to watch. In case you need these services, please go check out my Instagram and you can DM. Now this is not the end of the lock. We've not installed it completely. Now what wraps the end of the lock is wrapping. Yes, so I'm taking some bit of hair and I'm going to wrap. You can decide to use whatever hair as long as you know it will give you that hold. You can use kinky, you can use the softer ones, whatever. Just make sure you wrap the hair. Now as you all know, I personally do not like the sleek, flawless, wrapping, because I think it makes the lock look really fake. So I personally prefer skipping spaces so that it looks a bit bumpy, and you're gonna see why I do that, especially when it comes to this distressed lock by the end, because you want it to have a silk look. I personally do not like that. We can already tell you've wrapped the scalp, the roots, and then this other part, it's obvious it's retouched. It's like it's locked. I don't like that look. So you will actually understand why I do that. So you don't wrap like maybe the way you're doing full locks and all that. You skip, like, I don't know how to explain. You like leave some spaces. You don't wrap closely together. So let's take this one more time. So wrap, and at the base make sure it's not tight. You don't have to repeat at the base many times. Don't make sure it's not tight, honestly. Yeah, so I know that one kind of looks a bit tight, but the best way to know if it's tight or not is ask the client. Manze, today there's so much noise. Yeah, anyway, ask the client if it's too tight, and you can try raising it so that you can be able to actually tell. So you guys just enjoy. In case you have any questions, leave me a comment on the comment section or DM me on my Instagram at Naurei_atter. The other concern I personally get from clients is it looks too messy. Won't it start tangling? No, it will not, especially after you wash. If you've seen my video, the one I've done on these locks, you can clearly tell it did not. Like it ages and it becomes really beautiful. So remember the front, also make sure you don't install very small sizes because the hair here is more prone to breakage. So continue with your parting wherever you want, but make sure they're not too small. If you have not hit the subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. And if you have any hair questions, please ask. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is like literally the end of the video. If you have stayed through till now, manze, get a soda and send me the bill. Thank you so much. If you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. So this is the final look. Let me tell you one thing about these locks is that they're super light. I know they kind of look dense, but remember I said it's because they're porous, but they are super light, very light. Now as they age, they become prettier and prettier and prettier. You can trim them. Actually, what I've learned is that you can stay with them long. Then before you undo them and you maybe need a newer style, a new style, you can trim them into a bob and it looks really amazing. If you've not watched my video on how everything you need to know about temporary locks, go and watch them. That's how they look after a while. So my client was happy, and this is how we did it on relaxed hair. Hopefully I'll be able to do other videos on retouches and how to undo, so that we can be able to see and assess for ourselves if it really is, this is a safe method for relaxed hair. But trust me, I have consulted, I have researched. Yes, so by the time I was doing this, I was like, sure, we are doing this. So thank you so much. And please go and follow me there on my Instagram accounts. Please go and subscribe here.